Hi everybody, my name is Verena Zimmer and I'm currently working at the Bavarian International School in Munich in Germany. I'm working as a PYP German language teacher in primary school. In this video, I would like to tell you about my experiences with integrating educational technology in a language classroom in a meaningful and authentic way. Enjoy! Since I started teaching, I asked myself, is it possible to make teaching meaningful and authentic? Can I somehow avoid teaching for just-in-case situations? And if I find a topic or the students express what they are interested in, and it's meaningful and motivating for the students, how can I still integrate and teach them the important concepts I want them to understand? Through Coetail, teaching and integration of technology became a different story for me. Over the last 14 months, I became way more aware of what I'm doing, and I got a new and deeper understanding of the use of educational technology and information literacy in the classroom. Coetail gave me the chance to rethink my teaching and my role as a teacher. Coetail gave me the chance to connect, communicate and collaborate with other teachers from all over the world. Especially the summer model helped my understanding, and I started to implement and apply it to teaching practices. I believe that using technology gives us a chance to create and initiate authentic learning for the students, as it is in the real world. More than ever, I'm evaluating my planning regarding integration of technology in advance. More than ever, I try to go the direction of redefinition, which redefines the task and allows creation. What does it actually mean? How does it change our learning experience? My understanding is that I create and initiate tasks which have a real audience, which leave the classroom, which allow communication with the world, and which allow collaboration with like-minded people. That's how I chose a unit for the final project. I wanted the learning for the students to be authentic, something which happens in the real world and not just behind the classroom door and for the sake of appearance. I also wanted to push the learning experience and the thinking in a new direction, in the direction of redefinition. For my final project, I chose the grade 4 German classes, students who learn German as an additional language on an advanced level. There are 2 classes and I was very happy and lucky to work with my colleague Andrea. In the context of the unit, the human body, the focus in German was the human brain. What does it look like and how does it work? I can't remember the moment, but suddenly I wondered if the students would like to create an ebook with self-chosen topics about the brain. I observed before that some of the students read books on a Kindle, so why not giving them the chance to be an author themselves? I realized it's a very authentic approach, because people create and publish digital books for entertainment and for learning in the real world. The big motivator for the students is that now they would have a real audience for their work. For the front load of information for the basic understanding of the brain, meaning what does it look like and how does it work, I decided to flip the classroom. For the creation of the videos, I used an app called Telegami as well as iMovie, both on the iPad. The students found them under the grade level resources on the intranet. Through the flipped classroom, the students were able to watch the video at their own pace. The students could stop it, go back and listen to it again. The learning becomes more personalized and the students experience that learning can happen everywhere and anytime. It provided me as a teacher the possibility to let them inquire into topics and questions beyond the basic understanding of the brain.
Ich fand, dass ich mit dem Video mehr gelernt habe, weil man da auch sieht, wie die Sachen gehen und man kann auch dann eine Stimme hinzufügen, damit man es besser versteht und die Stimme es dir erklärt. Mir hat das Lernen über das Video mehr geholfen, weil ich so Art entspannen kann und mich nur darauf konzentrieren muss, dass ich zuhöre und mitschaue.
At the same time, the students inquired into the features of a non-fiction text. It was not completely new for them, but they understood how certain features are an entry point for the reader and how they support the important information. After the front load, the students chose their own topic and decided what they wanted to inquire into. Surprisingly, for most of the students, it seemed to be quite easy to find a topic. Obviously, they had already heard or read something meaningful somewhere else. During the inquiry into the chosen topic, the reading about it, and the process of creating the ebook page, I observed very different thinking levels. Some of the students showed their basic understanding and applied that basic knowledge into their non-fiction page. Other students took it a step further and chose more complex topics to research in order to understand something new and to create their page. Through a natural differentiation, great learning experiences were possible, regardless of the level. The students demonstrated their understanding formatively throughout the unit. While watching the short movies at home, the students had to take notes to show their understanding. During class, the students made their knowledge visible through little performances and created models of the brain. Additionally, for the basic knowledge about the brain, how does it look like and how does it work, I created a quiz with Google Forms. The students' draft work and justification for their features gave me another way to assess the student. Finally, the non-fiction page itself, as a summative assessment, had to be assessed by their peers as well as by me through a rubric. During the unit, the students used several technologies for researching, communicating, and creating. For the videos at home, they were choosing whether to work with a computer, laptop, or tablet, maybe even smartphone. For the research, the students were able to choose text in books, pre-selected texts on websites and videos online, as well as choosing to do their own search online depending on their topic. They were mainly using laptops. The class communicated with the other class by using a Google document for the table of contents, as well as for the glossary. Additionally, after the editing process, the students communicated by email with their teachers. For the quiz as a formative assessment and the survey at the end of the unit, the students used the laptops. The ebook itself was created in Book Creator on the iPad. I created somehow 2 videos, which they sometime watched on the iPad. But I more often observed that students helped each other. Book Creator is a very easy and intuitive app for the iPad to create EPUBs. The basics functions like writing a text, inserting pictures or movies, editing the pages, linking to websites worked very well. The students often worked in pairs with one iPad. After all pages were finished, Book Creator makes it very easy to combine the pages and export the EPUB file. The unit was a great opportunity to collaborate. The students had the choice in who they want to work with. They decided on the topic and inquired together, so it definitely reflected their interest in a certain topic. In some cases, the students decided independently to ask an expert, their homeroom teacher or parents to get additional information. They had to decide how the non-fiction page would look like, which features of a non-fiction page they want to use, and why, and make sure that the pictures were cited as well as the texts proofread several times. The students were managing the collaborative process with a teacher's consultation. From my language learning perspective as a teacher, the students had the possibility to improve their language skills by using the language itself, meaning learning through language. They had to read and use reading strategies, learn a very topic-specific vocabulary, determine importance of a text, write a formal text in their own words, apply spelling and grammar conventions, and show their knowledge on a non-fiction ebook page. The students were very ambitious to apply the conventions as best as they could because they knew that the ebook would be published. Again, is it possible to make teaching meaningful and authentic? Yes, I believe so, and technology is a fantastic tool to make it happen. My students created something which didn't just go into the drawer or folder after the unit. Technology were used to collaborate, create and contribute. What was my learning during the unit? Using new apps or new software is a learning, but in this case, thanks to Coetail as well, it was not a huge challenge for me anymore. Instead, being an editor-in-chief and creating something for the real world made me feel as nervous and excited as the students. I didn't know beforehand how it would end up. I had to be a risk taker. I promised the students that their work will be published, and we did publish it. The publishing process was new for me as well. We published the ebook, celebrated our achievements, and we are all very proud of it. It's there for anybody who is interested. The content might change, but my wish for the students is that they will keep the publishing process in mind and they will be a valid contributor to the society. It will be more of a challenge to build a culture at school which includes students, teachers and parents, and which promotes creation and contribution to the real and authentic audience. Some of the teachers and parents still feel an understandable unknown fear, and I just wish them to be proud of what their children created and contributed.